Hey guys, I wanted to come in here real quick to announce that I have failed. I failed. I sought out to make my YouTube or to post a long form YouTube video every week. I settled on every Wednesday, Thursday. Today is, oh, no. Yeah, Wednesday is usually when I have it like edited and ready to go. I will not have a video ready this week, unfortunately, because we spent Memorial Day. We spent Labor Day weekend and in Lake Tahoe, which is a 3-hour drive from here. We had a fantabulous time. I also had some pretty big wobbles, which really rocked me to the core. So I've been working through that. But it was so nice to be out in nature and it was so nice to be out on the lake. My sister in law and brother in law, they took us out. They rented a boat. They took us out to deep out into the lake. And my husband and we all jumped in the water. My Sorry, my husband just walked into the room. Um, my husband and my son, they went tubing. They all, it was a great time. Um, Even with the wobbles, which I'm still processing because it was really intense, but you know what? It's okay. This is part of the journey. And then coming back, um, I didn't realize the effect of elevation because Lake Tahoe is in an elevated area, and so when I was unpacking, my shampoo and conditioner bottles were crushed because of the elevation, and it did feel like we were in a pressure cooker. Everyone is having shortness of breath, and the timeshare that we stayed at had a bunch of stairs. So I thought it was just me like trying to not breathe so hard, but it turns out everybody was kind of feeling the effects of the elevation, so that made me feel a little better. But yeah, we went hard. It was relaxing. It was wonderful. It was magical. But we did go hard. My nervous system definitely feels sore. If you've seen my other video about when I went to the NBA playoff game with the Warriors, and I can't even remember who they played at this point. And I explained that the few days after that game, I was, feeling all the effects, the adjustment period, the soreness, but it's like the nervous system soreness. So it's just feeling the integration of it and knowing that as uncomfortable as these things can be, that we end up stronger. We end up more resilient on the other side. It's like when you work out a muscle, you're sore for a few days, but if you can just chill, relax, like just understand what's going on, then we keep on keeping on. So yeah, and then today just happened to be busy. I mean, this week since we got back has been busy. The kids had a back to school night. We had to go, do our normal things, errands, all that stuff. So I just wanted to pop in here and say I'm not going to have a video this uh, week, mainly because my phone got left on the boat. I'm so bummed about that. Yeah, so I left my phone behind. It has a bunch of videos and pictures, and unfortunately, I can't sync it. So I know. Hi, Frankenstein. Nice to have you join in. I know. I left my phone on the boat. It's 3 hours away. Thankfully, they found it. I'm working with the person who has it to get it mailed back to me. And it's been so interesting tracking where my phone has been. It's been kind of like traveling on its own all across Tahoe and Reno and wherever. Actually, you know what? Let me check where it's at right now. Let's see. So yeah, I just wanted to pop in for a quick live because I'm not going to have a video this week and just see. My phone is on vacay. Yeah, it certainly is. I love that. Yeah. And it's been, I mean, it's been traveling all over the place, let me tell you. Because my son's been tracking it. And yeah, it's just been all over. So hopefully they're able to ship it soon because I have a bunch of stuff on there. It's been nice though without my phone. I'm the type of person that can absolutely live without a phone. I can absolutely live without devices, and that's no problem for me. I'm a super introvert, and so I need so much decompression time. And I have 3 young kids right now, so any time I get in silence is amazing. So I have no problem, but it did make me realize how much I do rely on it for, I use Todoist, that app, that it's basically a to-do list, and I didn't realize how much I use that. And then I also have my Bible app that I do the verse of the day. What do you call it? The verse of the day. What's it called? Like the whole morning prayer thing. That's part of my morning routine. And I had a really long streak, so now that streak is gone. Oh well, boohoo. Just gonna have to restart it when I get my phone eventually. Aw, thanks. Yeah. My longest streak, I'm assuming you're talking about or I'm assuming you're referring to the Bible app streak. My longest streak for the verse of the day portion was 571 days. And I have that recorded. That was the longest streak, but then I had to go in and give birth prematurely to my daughter. So that's when the streak broke. And I was very brokenhearted about that. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We just keep going, right? So, how are you doing? Frankenstein? Where are you typing in from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just always curious. Whoever finds me in this little tiny corner of the internet here. Oh, okay. This sounds dumb. What is WV? Oh, West Virginia? Am I right? I don't know. Gosh, I feel like such a dummy right now. West Virginia. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Did you have a good weekend? For the holiday? Thanks for being here. I love meeting all of us that are somehow connected through this type of journey, you know. So, yeah, that's it. Just waiting on the phone. Um yeah. West Virginia. Now I have that song stuck in my head. I've never been there. I hope to go visit the East Coast. The furthest east I've been in the country is Chicago, I think. I think that's the furthest east I've been. So I need to make it out there. Want to go to New York? No. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. I've been to Florida. Yeah, we went to Disney World. I forgot about that. That's the furthest out. Very secluded place. Rough night. I know. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the dizziness is crazy. I always have to think about, I know we're not supposed to talk about symptoms. I know, I feel like I'm breaking all the rules, but just at a practical level, I've learned with dizziness that it's actually more common than people think. There's a lot of people walking around dizzy, but it just doesn't bother them. That's an experience that I've had in the past when I've had bouts of, I would call it early TMS, um, where I was dizzy 24/7, but for some reason there was no fear. It didn't bother me. And then it just let up within a month. So I've learned recently that there's a lot of people that happens to, and it's very, very common. Um, so I know it's a weird one. It was interesting being on a rocking boat in the middle of Lake Tahoe with these sensations, I'll tell you that. But in a way, I noticed that because I'm so used to it, the sensations at this point, I felt like I had the easiest time dealing with the rocking of the boat. Because I was like, I feel like this all the time. So, this is like whatever. It's fine. I was just so happy to be out on the lake, is it's, nature is absolutely super healing and so good for the nervous system. It did. I told my husband, I felt like, um, you know, as we know, as we go on these trips, it has its challenges. It can be grueling at times and almost unbearable at times, if I'm going to be honest. But I do feel like, because we spent some time out in nature, and it was so fun, and the kids had a great time, and it was wonderful. I did feel like, my soul was refreshed and rejuvenated, and my body is integrating. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. I found triple BD about a year ago, and just now found someone who knew it. Yeah. Oh, medical professional. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. It's all mind body. I think when my sensation started at this, what do you call it? This perfect storm of things that brought up multiple symptoms. Um, the only, like, diagnoses that fit the criterias that my doctor is going through was vestibular neuritis, which actually I had a friend who, was going through similar things as me, and she actually was admitted into. I'm sorry if this is triggering. She actually was admitted into the hospital because her vertigo, her dizziness was so bad that she was throwing up. She was, like, she couldn't see, she couldn't, process anything, and so she had to be admitted, and she stayed in the hospital. And this is around the time that we thought we had the same diagnosis, and she got better. She got better within 3 months, and this was during the pandemic, so this was 5 years ago. So she got better within 3 months, and here I am. But you know what? I was messaging, Joy. She's yeah, the studio said always. Yeah, which is what they all say. They all say that. I know, it's crazy. That's why this journey makes you, especially in the beginning, right? It makes you, like, feel so nutso. You feel crazy because you can't get any answers, and everyone's looking at you baffled, like, why are you in a wheelchair? Why can't you stand? You look like a healthy human being on paper, So I get it. Yeah, I was talking to Joy. She comments on the Mindful Gardener, um, Facebook group from time to time, and she's recovered, and she's coaching, and she was wonderful. And we were messaging back and forth a little bit on her YouTube channel, and she said that for her journey has been so long because she recognizes that this is a very, very, very deep spiritual journey. And how long has my journey been? Okay, so I came down with it. The onset of a bunch of symptoms was December 2019, but I didn't start the brain retraining TMS mind body work until September of 2021. So we're coming up on, it's September now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we're coming up on 4 years. And yeah, like I was saying, I've realized that this is like a spiritual purification journey at this point. So I don't know how much longer it's gonna be. I'm kind of just like, it's been so long. And I'm sure Helmet and Sam I believe Sam from the Mindful Gardener, her journey was about 4 years long. But that was just like specifically mind, body, brain retraining. She had been ill with symptoms and sensations for like 10 plus years. So yeah, all of our journeys are different. The timelines are different. I think what people need to learn on this journey, what needs to purged out, what needs to be released, what needs to be witnessed, like old emotions, um, spiritual lessons, emotional lessons, like all of that. I think it's so individualistic and it's so different for everyone. So in that regard, timing doesn't really matter, because this is a call for us to wake up and to start living authentically and to heal and release a lot of old things that are holding us back from being able to do so. I know it's 2023. Okay, cool. Welcome to the club. I'm so sorry you had to come in and join this way, but we have like this community. This mind body space is pretty awesome. Like there's a lot of really inspirational people here. So welcome. I'm so sorry that you had to come in this way though. Didn't find my body until a year ago. You're the person I've talked to like this. Oh, yeah. I got rid of my Instagram. Life has been so much better. I'm only on Facebook to be in the Mindful Gardener Facebook group. And then I am on Twitter because that's where or X, because that's where I get my news. But even lately, I'm like, I feel so much better when I'm not even on it. So it's just YouTube for me. YouTube is fun because you get to self-express, you get to meet all people, everyone who's like-minded like you. And yeah. Who was your first, like, how did you find the mind body connection? Like, what was your entryway into it? Didn't find my body until about a year ago. Yeah. Hey, you're in good company. Oh, steady coach. Yeah. 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 She's awesome. You neat. It's funny. I didn't get, she was the one where I heard of her way later into my journey. So yeah, it's so interesting the people that we find. Oh, anxiety guy. Okay. Cool. Yep. Yep. Welcome. Welcome to the club. You know what? What's also been great on this journey, even though it's been so hellish, is finding like-minded people, you know? Like I would say one of my best friends that I found on this journey, Tasha, I mentioned her before in previous lives. We're like besties, and we would have never found each other if we didn't have, to be experiencing this current thing. So yeah. Me too. I have all the traits too. Yeah. Yeah. Let me guess. You're probably high functioning, Were you like probably really healthy people pleasers unite? I know. Yeah, we have to figure out how to use the people pleasing in not a self-betrayal way. That's what this journey is too. Um yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, computer. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Computer guy, analytical brain. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're always like the steady minded, we seem grounded. We're, almost stoic, um, cheery, happy, eager, but there's all this stuff going on underneath that. Never say no, yeah, I know. I know. Do everything for free. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I can relate. uh, how did you find me? Was it through Mindful Gardener? Oh, I'm getting texts come through. Oh, I know. I'm all over there. I love Helmet and Sam because I've been listening to all kind. I mean, like I've been on this for 4 years, right? On this journey, so I've really explored so many mind body courses and coaches, like even like coaches you probably never heard of, like very one off. So I feel like I've been in this for a while, and Helmet and Sam, like I feel like they got it right. I know, to be fair, I feel like everyone in the mind body space, mostly everyone, I feel like everyone is saying the same thing. They're sharing what worked for them. And like I said, this is so individualistic. I mean, we're dealing with people we have all kinds of different trauma backgrounds, uh, learned behaviors, culture differences, So I think honestly, all modalities work, but it's just finding the right one for you specifically. I think that's what it is. But I feel like everyone's saying the same thing essentially. See someone who was going through it. Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah. Oh, you know what's crazy? So I have a new neighbor. She moved in like literally just down the street from me. And we met and we exchanged numbers because we're neighbors, and we were like, hey, let's exchange numbers, so if you're out of town we can like roll your trash bins in, stuff like that, right? And then because we exchanged numbers, she found me on Facebook and read my story, and then she texts me and she goes, hey, this is so weird, but I also healed from chronic illness using DNRS, brain retraining. And I was like, what are the odds? Like, it's always mind-boggling, right? Because when you're going through this, it's very rare that you find someone within your vicinity, let alone down the street, who who has overcome what you're literally going through, like through brain retraining. So that was reassuring. I hope that you find like your people, especially like close vicinities, because it really makes a huge difference. I feel like you need so much reassurance and so much support to get on your feet to really like get into this work and just get used to being able to allow and tolerate the symptoms. Um, it really, really, really helps to just have people who understand. Yeah, doing the work. Honestly, you're doing it correctly. That's like you're doing it correctly. I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. Even on days when you feel like giving up and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to lay on the couch all day. I don't even think that's doing it wrong either. I think this whole journey is going to go the way that it's going to go, you know? And I think that that's part of our conditioning with this is we're so conditioned to think that we're doing something wrong, you know? So I think this journey is also here to teach us that this idea of feeling wrong, what is that? That's just adding more pressure. We're just so used to living in bodies that are like in a pressure cooker, you know? Like, so that's why when I look back on my 4 years, I'm like, I'm not recovered at all. Like, not, I don't even know if I'm close or not. This has just kind of been integrated into my life at this point. And I've been learning so many lessons. But um, yeah, I don't think there's a wrong way you can do this. I really don't. I really don't. Co-regulation is such a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I sat on the couch yesterday. Oh, I know. It is. It's really brutal. It's brutal when the sleep doesn't work. But yeah, I don't think there's a right way. I mean, there's a wrong way. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I regret on this journey. And that's something that Helmet says, right? He's like, you're gonna make mistakes, but they're not really mistakes. Like, everything is feedback and everything is learning, is an opportunity to learn more about yourself. So yeah, I don't judge if you had to stay on the couch all day. I feel like if you go on this journey, how can you not? Unless you're Helmet, because from my understanding, Helmet just went like straight same schedule for 3 years straight. I am not like that. I do get up. I have a schedule, like a loose schedule to fit my life because I do have 3 kids that I have to care for and a house to maintain for them and for myself. But um as far as like the linear, like I'm gonna do the schedule every day, no. And I'm a woman, so it's different. Our energy levels are different. We're waves. So I don't know. Oh, you have a daughter. Oh God, I know. It's so hard, right? I don't like to wallow in how challenging this journey is, especially with kids, but I do want to validate it's freaking hard. It is. But there are benefits to having children because you have to get up. Yeah. Like there's no like you have to move. There's things you have to take care of. So they're kind of a nice secret weapon to have because you kind of can't really not do stuff with them, you know, or for them. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like schedules are, I don't know, schedules can work, but I just feel like when you throw in the nuances of kids too, it gets a little dicier. So I like to keep to a loose schedule. But I get it. If you're super severe and you don't know what the heck you can do, in the beginnings, I think schedules is good because then it starts to get you going, you know. Yeah. So I hope you sleep well tonight. But even if you don't, that's okay too. That's what I'm learning with this journey too. It's just we're being trained to be okay with anything. Like to be able to tolerate anything and everything in relaxation and homeostasis. And it's so easy to say, so hard to do. Yeah. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Yeah, my phone is hanging out at a restaurant right now in Lake Tahoe. So, okay, I think I'm gonna end this. I get why Helmet does live streams like randomly because they're kind of fun. You just shoot the ish and meet people, meet good people, and yeah. Okay, Frankenstein. Thanks for hanging out. I loved getting to know you a little bit, and yeah, you're in a good place. I definitely endorse Helmet and Sam. There's a lot of good one. I mean, Dan Buglio's a good one. He was my intro to TMS. I watched him like for a year and a half straight. CFS Recovery is a good one. Yanit, uh, there's yeah, I know he's so sweet, huh? Yeah, I know. It was nice to meet you and hang out too. Yeah. Who else? I did Mind Change. If you want to look into like more DNRS, like pattern interrupting changing memories, like that's a fun one to look into as well. I'm trying to think of like a coach that I really resonate with. But yeah, there's a lot. Thankfully, we live in a time where we have all this information ready for us. It's just the implementation is still quite challenging. So I just always that's why I'm making these videos because I'm trying to like validate and reassure people that, you know, yes, it is hard, but we can do it. We can get through it. There's so many success stories. Have you ever joined any of the groups? Like one, I coached. I did a one-on-one coaching container with Aoife, Aoife Mind Body. She was she was just starting out, I think, with her coaching business, and so I did a one-on-one with her. At the time, it was really helpful to have a one-on-one coach that I could meet with once a week, and we had unlimited voice messaging back and forth. So it was really nice to have like this person who I'm like, okay, she gets me, and it was really what I was paying for was reassurance. Yeah, but I think at the time that was needed. Oh yeah, do it. If you yeah, try it. Try it if you especially if you've never tried a coaching program before. I especially like in the beginning if you have the means and you want to test it out, I say go for it. Like I said, I don't think there's any mistakes in this journey. I think you just learn. Everything is learning. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, same here. Well, yeah, in the clinical setting, it is only CBT. And I did venture out in the alternative routes, and I tried like somatic, more somatic leaning therapies, which kind of weird. It was like muscle testing and muscle programming and stuff. But yeah, it's I don't know. I just think you just got to try different things. You're you're like creating your own story too. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because my family's like coming in and out of the room. Um, yeah, I think I think just try things. It doesn't hurt. But I also agree with Helmet and Sam. Like, I do believe you can recover fully without the need of a coach, without the need for paying tons of money. I think it's just a matter of like, what do you want to try? What's piquing your interests? What are your means, of course? And then, yeah, just trying it out and seeing how it goes, because it's kind of hard to say if something will or won't work for you, you know? Yeah. Okay. All right. I gotta go. We're gonna go out to dinner. So thank you so much, Frankenstein. I love your name, by the way. It's great. And yeah, we will talk soon. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a good night too. I hope you have a better night than you did previously. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye.